Game on, ladies and gentlemen! Division 1 action! Meme theme against Support Supreme. Oh yeah, baby! And in this best of 3, we are on Infernal Shrines, our first map. To the left, Ultralisk. On Medivh, we have Cockroach and Auriel, Wit on Zul, Dino and Vala, and Death Knight on ETC. To the right side of the map, Support Supreme with one support player, and that is Henning on Rehgar, Galnugulnar on Mephisto, Nick on Mal'Ganis, Banana H on Hanzo, and X-Ray on Rehgar. So a little bit of a mixed team setup that they have here. You will see a lot of these players also, of course, in Division S and other big tournaments. Keep in mind that even though you play in Division S, you are allowed to play in Division 1. For a lot of those guys, this is a bit more of a fun setup and a fun environment, of course. But this is still a lot of high-level players that we have in today's game. And with Division 1, you obviously see currently the top of the amateur scene right here. Outside of Division S, which is pretty much the semi-pro level, this is probably the highest that you're going to get there for now. But I still gotta admit from the get-go, there is a lot of memes that you will have with that as well. So a lot of those player names should ring a bell if you actually follow all of this. But we'll see how this one pans out. This is a best of 3 series that we're looking at on, of course, with 20 seconds to go until the 1 minute mark. The players are going to take soon control of the bot lane to go for the camps and take the mercenaries here. Zul is interesting in the lineup because Zul traditionally isn't really all that good of a hero anymore. He was played back in the days a little bit with a roaming strategy to try and get the wave clear in. These days, heroes like Leoric, Balthael and a few others are usually trying to take over that role. But now Zul's still making that rotation happen here. And they have a lot of support behind that. The, so to say, double support setup with Medivh coming in as the number 2 to support Vala is actually a pretty strong one. And that's a lot of pressure then also on Dino to really deliver the damage that he needs to in this case to make all of that happen. At the same time, by the way, guys, just to deviate away just for a second from the game itself, especially to everybody watching this on YouTube right now, since people always ask how they can support the stream, especially if they don't have the monetary means to chip in with like a donation or a Twitch sub. There is actually a way how you can currently support the stream until Friday. We have a sponsored stream on Friday for Raid Shadow Legends, and one of the things that is included there is that we're going to try and get 90 people to check out the game itself. So there's currently a link in the description on the YouTube video that you guys can check out. So just download the client, download the game, create yourself an account, and just play for a couple of minutes, and that would help the stream actually a lot if you could do that until Friday. So everybody watching that on YouTube, that is one of the best things that you can do right now to support the channel a little bit and help the coverage here. And the game is actually pretty good. We had a stream already a week ago, and I gotta admit that I'm playing it way more than I probably should right now. Bit of a grind game that takes a lot of time. And if you want, you can obviously join the live stream on Friday too on top of it, especially if you want to have a bit of an introduction and what to do when you start with the game. But definitely check it out. The link is in the YouTube description, and it would be very much appreciated if you can spend a few minutes to just do that. But talking about spending a few minutes, the teams are spending quite a few seconds right now to take the camp immediately. Once to the top left and once to the top right. That's something that especially on the lower leagues you don't really see all that often. Timed well around the objective, which is exactly what you need to do here if you want to be successful with all of this. So question is if they can successfully pull that off now. There's already a little approach straight in as we have both teams taking position on the shrine, but of course some of the heroes are still missing, especially Zul, who's now starting to rotate in slowly but steadily. The position from Support Supreme is already a really good one though. They have Rexa here, they have Misha, they're going in immediately. Galnugulnar by now, and Mephisto is starting to do a little bit of damage as well. And there goes Rexa, first one to be taken down here. First blood goes straight over to the blue team. Nicely done, and Zul was the one coming in with a final hit here. Auriel, of course, also trying to fight for the position a little bit more for the team, getting continuous hope and energy. Oh, a nice portal from Vala, and the hit attempt against Galnugulnar, but they can't successfully seal the deal here for the second kill. They got close though, and they have level 7 plus also now the first Punisher, so meme theme is looking quite strong in this setup. Yeah, they're doing actually a fantastic job with this. They have the multi-shot build now for Vala, more or less completed. 16 is of course another choice that you have, or you could go into the frost shot if you want more poke. But a lot of players, especially on the higher level with good mechanics, are going to decide to instead play this out with Manticore and then Farfly Quiver on 20. Nice portal behind the wall, one of the great assets on Medivh on this map. Punisher got baited over, and they're following shortly after with the portal to try and get a little bit more damage in. Zul has taken the top lane in the meantime, and Nick goes down. Melganis eliminated, and Mephisto also says bye-bye. Leaves, goes down. That's kill number 3 against 0. And they're looking even for another kill. They go for Banana H right now, and might even get it, Valla. Yeah, last hit right there. Nicely done. A lot of momentum for the blue team. I mean, damn, son. They're starting to really crush this. They currently have 19 stacks on Medivh 2, so he's really starting to get his quest completed, which will boost his damage output even more. But the team is doing a great job with this now. 4 kills against 0 put them ahead by nearly an entire level. They took the fort in the mid lane. So there's a lot of control that they actually execute right now in the game. And this is something that occasionally on this map can also start to snowball slightly. Not as much anymore since Blizzard changed the experience gain that you get in from forts. So now you don't get just bunch experience anymore. Instead, it's a passive experience increase over time, trying to make sure that the teams are not walking away with the games too early. This change obviously happened a while ago. I mean, it was roughly a year ago or so. But that's one of the main reasons why the blue team isn't even farther ahead after they took that fort down. Resurrect obviously got buffed quite a bit. Super strong talent right now if you use it correctly. And that's why we have it now on Auriel instead of going into the Aegis, which was the traditional choice here. Also, we have the Poison Nova plus with ETC as attempt to go straight into a mosh pit. And that could actually be a big issue on the other side, because the amount of interrupts, I mean, there are some, don't get me wrong, but if you catch the front line, there's a good chance that you are not going to get interrupted anytime soon outside of Hanzo using his ult here. Wit, he's in a bit of trouble. They're trying to keep him alive with the shield, but I think with the rest now moving in, that's not happening. Zul goes down, him eliminated, and yeah. Nice attempt. But that was obviously a very cost-heavy rotation. The resources that have been used to move towards the top. And that means that there was more time left for the blue team to push through the bottom of the map and try and get something done here as well. And with something done, I mean they're trying to take that fort down, or at least eliminate the wall itself. Obviously, right now we also have everybody getting ready for objective number 2. But it has to be said that Support Supreme is actually doing a pretty solid job getting back in experience. 4 kills against 1, they are level 11. As long as you're fighting against your opponent on even talents, you're in a decent spot. But on a structural level, the red team is suffering. They lost the fort in the middle, the one at the top has already taken a significant amount of damage. Now, once again, a little bit of a setup here as the team is attempting to get the mercenary camp. Blue team this time disregarding theirs, instead being a bit more aggressive topside is what they decide to do. They move in against Rexa, and he goes down. Rexa dead, good kill. And it couldn't come at a better moment in time, but the turnaround attempt here as the red team is moving in. The arrow missing completely, not hitting anything here. Auriel also on the way back. And Nick couldn't just follow up with a kill there. Now we have Zul also rotating even more. Wit is just side laning it, trying to put more pressure onto the structures. And I think the fort here is going to fall eventually. Rexa is back to business, but all the way up at the top. Well, it's going to take him a little bit to get there. And they're trying to move in again. It's a 4 versus 4 for the time being. They're trying to look for the kill against Death Knight. Can't lock it in just now. Meme team is moving away from this, and Zul is now pushing the middle as well. After pushing out the bot lane and helping the minions to go for that, he's trying to focus a little bit more, and the game just continues. It's a full-on macro attempt that we have from Meme team now. We're still focusing slightly onto the top lane to threaten it and to force Support Supreme to have their heroes ready. But the lockdown against Valla, nearly the kill there. Dino is able to escape though, moves away once more, and there's the party time. And Hanzo, he actually gets taken down. Rhaegar wanted to go for the Ancestral, Valla said nope. And with that we have another kill for them. Valla gets the kill against Hanzo. Now Zul also rotated top a little bit more. The fort at the bot lane is obviously already eliminated, and they're trying to go in for even more. Another kill against Mephisto, and they are just absolutely murdering it right now. Already looking at the double kill here, trying to get a bit more out of this. Another fort has fallen, and they still have a shot at the Punisher itself. Fantastic control here from Meme Team so far. I really like it. A little bit of a split that they have. That arrow was quite ambitious and a little bit YOLO. I think at this point Hanzo just figured, hey, whatever. I think they wanted to go for Medivh or something, but he was already out. But either way, the main thing here is that Witt is doing a great job actually with the side laning. I mean, he gets the wave clear. You just look at his numbers. He's sitting at 91,000. He has died only once, so he's pressuring 2 lanes while at the same time making sure that the rest of the team, with a very strong 4-man, by the way, can still go for the objective. And I think I have to highlight this actually a little bit, because a lot of teams that try to emulate strategies like this one oftentimes do it wrong in the drafting. If you try to have a really dedicated side laner that will rotate the entire time throughout the map and puts macro pressure on the opponent, you need to have a strong 4-man. And that's exactly what they have. ETC is fantastic with Valla in these setups because he can always push the opponents back and has a stun too, so that Valla has a little bit more time to, well, more space to work with. Auriel is great with her as well, and then on top of that you also have Medivh, who can always save the retreat with a portal or give you the shield when needed. They're even going for 39 points now, so that they can force the red team to approach the top a little bit more. The goal is to push with level 16 talents, and that's exactly what they get. So a lot of fantastic setups here for them that they're now trying to bring to fruit, with camps taken by Zul. And after pushing this, he might actually just join the 5-man for this one. This is now the moment when you are so far ahead, you have the talent advantage, the experience advantage, that there is a good argument to be made to stop rotations and instead join a 5-man to try and take that out. But they're trying to apply more pressure on those lanes again. They believe in the 4-man. And here comes the jump again. Auriel is obviously already looking for the setup, has 3 stacks now on her level 4 talent. Zul is going up against Rexa at the bottom of the map. And they're starting to go straight in for the keep. And it's looking a little bit grim here for Support Supreme. Nick is at the front line and baiting the Punisher again. There's the lockdown. Auriel, oh, needs to be careful. Arrow connects at this point. She comes in and gets actually zoned out a little bit, not too much though. Nick is still sitting tight, Punisher is still there. The whip into the corner, that's the end of Mal'Ganis right there. Great kill from the support player. Meme Theme is absolutely memeing through this with a now lockdown against the keep. They take this one down. Just look at the bottom of the map. Zul has done his thing, has pushed in even more with that. They're gonna take some damage there too. And I think the wall in the middle could also be destroyed, because we have Manticore at level 16 for Valla, so that obviously adds a lot more damage now on top of it. 8 kills against 1. And damn, I mean, seriously, Meme Theme with that draft, they're doing fantastic here. There's really good control that they currently show with this. And they're exploiting those advantages as they should. And that's a pretty important theme. It actually goes in, Banana H is in trouble, and that's a kill right there. Hanzo was thinking about getting out of this one, and Meme Theme just quickly said, "Nine, nine, 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 nine." Not happening. So Hanzo said bye-bye, and that was that. Alright, so bot lane is now also pushed. Mid lane, the wall has fallen, and yeah, it's a pretty sick setup. But this is exactly what you have to do when you are ahead. This is just an absolute showcase for how you need to play when you have taken the lead over your opponent. Being it a talent advantage, being it a macro advantage. And it's something that is especially on the lower levels oftentimes done wrong, where people just don't exploit these advantages. Look how aggressive Meme Theme positions themselves right now. They're trying to be as aggressive as they possibly can, because they know that they have an advantage in team fights. So they are trying to push the keeps, they're trying to push the lanes, and they will fall back just as the opponent hits 16. Now that they need to be a little more careful, but they see an opportunity, they go straight in, and that's another quick kill against Hanzo, and an easy one at that.
Surprise, motherfucker.
He didn't really have a chance there. That stun was something that he didn't see coming. Now we have 10 kills against 1. Once more, the setup towards the middle in a 5 versus 4. You can push the advantage again, and that's exactly what they're doing, trying to go for keep number 2, and this one should fall 100%, and indeed it does. Still ETC getting healed by Auriel here, as she's absolutely doing her job. And they're rotating towards the middle again. If they can take down the 3rd keep, that would pretty much mean lights out on the macro level for Support Supreme. Granted, they're already heavily ahead. Another kill could even lead to the core being attacked immediately. Zoning Mosh Pit from Death Knight. Yeah, ETC likes to party alone. He's a party animal. He doesn't give a shit if anybody parties with him. He's also totally okay to party alone, but in this case, he just simply realized, okay, this is going to be it for him. He goes down. 5-man Leyline on the other hand. It's pretty solid. Arrow against Valla. Oh, and the save. Quick one at that. 10 kills against 2 now, but they're still brawling around it. It's a 5 versus 5 on the map for now. Resurrect, of course, brought ETC back to business. So Auriel, once again, being super useful for the team here. And with the 3-level lead and them just continuing to drop one keep after another, they're just in an insane position. I mean, the objective is spawning again, and they have a level 20 advantage with a 3-level lead. You can just imagine how this is going to go from here on out. Support Supreme, the only chance for them to come back is a fight, and nope, it's not happening. Quest is completing for Medivh now too, and now they can go for the core, they can go for the objective. The world's their oyster. They can really decide how they want to end the game, one way or another. This is going to be pretty nasty. Another big whip into the core here again. Skull Gulnar's Mephisto. He's likely going to fall there too, especially with the body blocks from Death Knight. And that should also be the end of game number 1. Fantastic display of macro dominance by Meme Theme here in Division 1. Really, really nicely played by them. Hanzo falls again. That's actually the 5th time that he gets eliminated here. And yeah, with that, we have our first game in the best of 3 series ending. Incredibly dominant position here by Meme Theme. And yeah, congratulations. Well done against Support Supreme in this best of 3 of Division 1. GG, and well played. Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Meme Theme was looking quite powerful in the first game, and now we have them go up against Support Supreme in game number 2. Map number 2, Towers of Doom, and on the left side, Death Knight on ETC, Ultralisk on Medivh, Dino on Blaze, Cockroach on Rhaegar, and Happy Capped on Greymane. Wait, did he play in the first game, or did they sub someone out of what happened here? Because I did not realize that name in the first one. That is actually amazing. Happy Cap is going straight in and Support Supreme on the right side with Extra and Leoric. Nick on Sylvanas, Gal Gulnar on Mal'Ganis. We have Banana H and Junkrat, and Henning on Malfurion. I actually think a lot of players, especially in Storm League, are Happy Capped. They seem to be a little bit capped when it comes to skill, but they are also apparently quite happy about it. So that's apparently a common theme there. Either way, as it is, let's see if the red team can come back into this one. From a setups perspective, the Medivh in even game number 2 is especially going to be able to empower Greymane here, of course. But yeah, those Medivh lineups seem to be a bit of a favorite for Meme Theme right now. Whereas Support Supreme has to think about how they're going to pull this off this time. I mean, if you think about it just for a second, it's a little bit of a similar setup to what we had in game number 1. Now you have Leoric rotating instead of Zul. X-Ray is currently doing the honors here. And we have a strong 4-man around Medivh again for the bot lane, which is incredibly important on Towers of Doom because you have access to 2 camps and can therefore 2 camps push in the bot lane too. So that makes the bot lane incredibly important. Once you gain control of that and take your opponent's bell tower down, you find yourself usually in a very good spot in this. So with that, we have bot side, also Sylvanas now, and that's of course a little bit of a push attempt from Nick, but also a really good damage output that he usually has with that hero, so that's something that he can use. Death Knight gets attacked here a little bit. Happy Captain on the left side is doing his thing on Greymane right now. And the Wolf is gonna go ham. I think Greymane has a couple of really interesting things now, especially with the level 20 talents. Having that cooldown reduction that Blizzard introduced as the Storm talent is pretty insane, but we haven't really seen too much of that action. I gotta say that lately, there's not, between Christmas and New Year, there wasn't really all that much high-level tournament content. There's of course always Division 1, but there is a difference still to what you see in bigger tournaments or Division S. So these games over here is a little bit more towards it. But Division S actually is supposed to start next week again, so it was just announced by Heroes launch. So that should be actually giving us a lot of great games there, especially with teams like Washed Up, Lovers Fan Club, and others, so we're gonna have a look at those. But as it stands, in this game now, we have not a single kill even. It's just a rotation between Dino on Blaze and Leo at the top for the red team, just trying to control the experience there, where everybody else is focusing mostly on the bottom of the map. Nick is taking a little bit of a beating there and is already Hearthstoning back, but in comes the approach by the blue team to take that wall down, just as the altars are activating on the other hand, so they need to take care of that too. 18 stacks now for Medivh, so he's once again halfway done with his quest as we're heading into the first objective, and the first kill! First blood is in as Junkrat goes down. Quick kill by the blue team, so they're off to a good start again, but the rotation is there, and now Happy Capped yeah, goes down as well. So a quick counter kill here from them. 2 heroes eliminated. And we already have our little setup. We're starting to rotate towards those altars. And, well, that's going to be an interesting fight now. Because top left, top right are usually taken by the 2 of them. This time it seems like there's a bit more of a focus onto the bottom of the map. Okay, Medivh is just not taking care of the situation. Ultralisk is capping top left. But down at the bottom of the map, in the middle, we still have the fight over altar number 3. And that's where one of the teams will set themselves ahead just slightly. So let's actually see if they can pull it out. Right now, there we go. Cockroach is trying it. Medivh is coming in from the side. It's gonna be a 4 versus 4 for most of it because Leo and Blaze are still rotating. They're trying to do their thing here. Henning. This is in the back, but Medivh could actually interrupt. It does. That was already anticipated, but Banana H doesn't get the mine shaft in to make him drop into the rest of the team. Didn't quite work out as they were hoping for, but the channel is still there. The 4 shots are fired, and the red team takes a slight lead on the core point. So well done by them. Yeah, it was actually a good move. And well, let's see what else they can actually pull off from here on out. Because, I mean, right now, they at least have been able to take a slight lead. It's only the first objective phase. That doesn't really matter too much once that level 10 is in, especially since it seems both teams are going to accomplish that around the same time. That's going to be the story. Banana H, on the other hand, he's in trouble, and quite a bit at that. Happy Cap is going to try and take the kill here, but with the help of Malfurion, Junkrat is back to business now slowly and should be able to pull something off here. Maybe together with the rest of the team that is now flanking in from the top, trying to get the kill in here. And they're coming in straight from the angle. Happy Cap is already in trouble and he's quickly taken down even after attempting to use the portal here to escape. So that didn't work out. Sylvanas came in and denied that real quickly here. Right, a bit of pressure at the bot lane, and all of a sudden an opportunity for the red team to maybe get this. Sylvanas is helping out. Quest completed for Medivh, so that definitely helps. But the red team gets some damage in, gets the wall. And their flank is through though. And they're trying to lock down Galnagul. Level 10 abilities aren't there, so this is the perfect time to actually go for a fight. Especially since the blue team has a 5 versus 4 going for themselves right now. But Dainu tries to escape. Junkrat says nope. And that's a quick kill against Blaze as Sylvanas follows up on it. They even get a second one. They have the double kill already going and they're not stopping there. They're going straight for Medivh at this point.
Triple kill!
Easy kills for them. And with 3 heroes down, they have level 5. They have 5 kills against 1. Level 10 against level 9. And a double altar for the taking right there. Yep, 1 channeled in the middle, 1 at the bottom. That's 8 shots fired. Easy peasy. Could have maybe even pushed for the bell tower itself before they made a move there. But not quite yet. Alright. There we go. It seems like this one's gonna go down. The problem is that the death timers are really low, so if you decide to go for the bell tower before you channel the 2 altars, then the chances are still there that you're missing 1. I guess what they could have done is try and get the bell tower, have 1 hero already channel the middle, and then move as a 5-man down to the bottom. That would probably have allowed them to get like 1 or 2 points more off the core of their opponent. But right now, they're still heavily ahead. 36 against 24 gives them a pretty decent lead here. And with that, comes our little setup. Level 10 abilities are now in on both sides, and that's of course the comeback opportunity for Meme Theme as they are going to attempt to make some plays here. Also, Combustion, yeah, true to the name right now. Meme Theme is looking for the Leyline Combustion combo, or even the Mosh Pit included in that setup. And that could be a little bit nasty. And with that combo, you can actually get some decent damage out if you are able to make that happen. You of course give up a lot of safety, but hey, gotta meme around a little bit with that name. Now we have also Malfurion taken down. Greymane, always good for a quick kill. Got it here, gets the bullet out, gets the damage in. Dainu, the Ancestral saves him. He's trying to get out and is about to drop and just barely gets the portal. Nicely played. Medivh is always good for a bit of assistance when someone is in trouble. And Dainu is locked down for a moment, but now they're turning it against Mal'Ganis, and he is eliminated. Yeah, wrong place, wrong time, baby. Still the control here for the red team, despite the fact that they just lost some heroes. Oh, talking about some heroes. Junkrat is also dead, and they nearly got X-Ray too. The jet propulsion doesn't connect. Dino in trouble. And yes, he falls. What a brawl here at the bottom of the map right now. Yeah, just blow for blow the entire time. Dino comes in against Leoric. Leoric turns around quickly.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And there's just no chance for him to get away anymore. Cockroach locked down by the roots. That's another kill. Just as it looked like the blue team might get some momentum for themselves, the red team turns it up a notch, goes for the channel at the bottom of the map once again. X-Ray is trying to get it before the bell tower gets reconverted, but they even aren't able to pull that one off. Death Knight nearly falls. 19 against 36 right now. What a setup here once again. Yeah, 7 kills against 4. And also top side, Dino started to take back to experience. They need level 13. The opponent is now ahead by nearly 2 levels, and the additional talent, of course, makes teamfights difficult. So they need to do something here. There's still a lot of Wombo setup ready for the blue team, and that's always a good ticket to have when you're trying to get back into the game. So it will be an attempt later on to make that happen, I suppose. By now they go for Henning, and he goes down quickly. No value on combustion, though. Who would have thought? Yeah, with that, another kill attempt, and they actually lock both of them down. Gulna, oh, they get the kill against him too. Sylvanas down, and so is Mal'Ganis. Both eliminated. Level 7 talents now for both teams as a bit of a thank you. There's also 7 kills against 7. Actually dead even on that front. Yeah, but they need to try and get a bit more pressure at the bottom of the map. They reclaimed their own bell tower. That in and of itself is obviously already great. But now the attempt to go for the bot lane bell tower and try to convert this. But so far, hasn't really just happened yet. When it comes to talents, I mean, level 13 now, Remorseless. We also have the Spectral Leech, so Leo is going into a bit of a different build here from the normal damage reduction style that we see with the Wraith Walk. Instead, trying to go more upon auto attack style. Have seen it a few times. I mean, Chris played it also in Division S a little bit. It's not really the standard build to go for, but it's an alternative that you can definitely use, especially if you're playing not in Division S, but you're trying to go more for a Mimi setup. We're still waiting for Leyline to come back so that we can see if maybe Leyline is going to get comboed with that. Uh-oh, there we go. That was maybe a little bit of a surprise to them here. Henning is trying to come in with the Tranquility real quickly. ETC is still fine. No Leyline, no mosh pit just yet. There it is. Where's the combustion when you need it? Dino wants to go for it. And there we go. Combustion plus mosh pit. Gotta admit that I'm not quite sure if the combustion is really needed there. It feels like a bit of a better setup with the Leyline itself. But there are the kills. They go for 1, they go for 2, they're trying to make it 3.
Triple kill!
Triple kill comes in, and they're even looking for the quad, but they can't get it. Nick is able to jump on the wave once more, but with 3 heroes down, that's 10 kills against 7 now. That's an open shot towards the bell tower, and they have, of course, the altar as well. So, yeah, it is hunting season again for the blue team. Game number 1 was absolutely excellent, especially on the macro level. Now, in game number 2, they're starting to really focus on a lot of the teamfight synergy here. Red team had an advantage, and still does in points on the core, but that could be turned against them quite quickly, considering that slowly and steadily the control of the map is lost to Support Supreme. Meme Theme is doing quite well here. They are doing pretty good with this. So right now, top side, X-Ray is sitting tight. Banana Age is also moving in with this. Bottom of the map, the support still trying to make sure... Oh, actually not... Sorry, the support is actually still on this way, but they are trying to hold on to the bell tower for as much as they can. And let's see. Gulna and Sylvanas. I mean, with Sylvanas you can actually try and reclaim it. It's not going to be too easy either way. So they need to be quite careful with this. 10 kills against 7. Still a slight lead on the team fight, but that comes mainly from the last one where they were able to secure 3 for themselves. So, yeah, let's go. Who's gonna take the next altar phase? Who's gonna take the next bell tower? Can they hold on to the bottom of the map? That's the main question right now. They're gonna try to pull that off, but there's continuous poke from Junkrat now with grenade after grenade, and Nick is able to lock that down too. They have to be careful of these portals though. That's the biggest tool in the arsenal of Meme Theme at this point, that they start to jump in and try and take them down here. Triple altar phase with the bottom altar spawning all the way at the bottom of the map. So that's a good location now for Meme Theme. They're still trying to look for a kill here. Gulna is quite low and has to be cautious with this one. X-Ray comes in from the side, but there's always portals, and that really makes it difficult for Leoric in particular to get something well done with his Entomb, because every time that you use that, if the portal cooldown is ready, you can just always help the target out here. The shield itself is also great. Mithril Mace on 22 stacks, a little bit of a setup bot side. Leo down, and the double channel on the altar. That's 10 points down the core, and all of a sudden we're talking 19 points against 22. They at least got one altar on the red team side, which means that there's now 16, but it is a lot of momentum that we're seeing here. Yeah, Meme Theme, they have all the momentum in their hands. They have the 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series, so that one looks great. Now also Blaze is still getting experience topside for his team and puts them ahead even more. There's the bullet against Galne Gulnar. He needs to be really careful right now. He's in a huge amount of trouble, and he goes down. Galne Gulnar eliminated topside, experience lost to the red team, and they are starting to lose ground quickly. 5 kills behind by now, a level behind on top of that too. And yeah, this is getting a little bit banana. 36 stacks. Once a 20 is in, if that happens with another bell tower, that could honestly be lights out. At this point, they have to be afraid that some of those pumpkins make it through. But keep in mind that that boss is also still up. So that's another one. At this point, they're starting to move straight in. Riptire gets actually eliminated, but the Ancestral was there too. Okay, so far so good. But yeah, Banana Age, Henning is moving straight in, X-Ray at the top. It's kind of fun, to be honest, to see a lot of these guys playing different heroes. I mean, Support Supreme is named Support Supreme for a reason. I guess the only non-support that they have here is pretty much Nick. But yeah, seeing some of these guys just rotate around in their role a little bit is kind of cool. It's just like supports assemble. At least for Division 1, that's actually kind of fun. You can really tell that those guys still enjoy playing Heroes of the Storm quite a lot, even outside of Division S and the tournament setup here. Just playing a little bit for fun in Division 1. It's a game a week, so it's always great. And yeah, you should check it out too, heroeslounge.gg. Check it out, it's a fantastic community, and you can participate in all kinds of divisions, ranging from a skill level of bronze to gold, all the way up to high grandmaster and former pro players. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to that. Yeah, it's another 5 shots fired. Junkrat is trying to get the bot lane. There's a bit of a fight at the top. 20 is nearly there now. We have 13 against 17 points. I mean, the boss is a freebie if you want it. The problem that you always have when you try to decide to go for boss is that you always move away from the remaining lanes. In this case, it doesn't matter too much because the bottom bell tower has already been reconverted on the bottom right. But with that, you now have a chance to at least get 4 more shots off. There is no way they engage. There's just no way. That would be absolutely suicidal. So the 4 shots are going to be fired one way or another, and that puts them on a dead even score on the points here. So that one works. But yeah, it would have been a little bit nuts if if Support Supreme would have decided to go in there. I would have called them crazy. Not against a level 20 advantage. This is not happening. But now we have Flash Fire, we also have Medivh cheats. I mean, thanks for pointing it out, but we didn't need to know that shit. Medivh always cheats, that's common knowledge, because I doesn't have to highlight that in the 20 tab. 53,000 damage now from Greymane. I love, by the way, that Rhaegar is still on single digits. I mean, he's sitting at 7,000 damage here. So Cockroach is not really getting a lot of worth out of anything here. Not a very aggressive doggy that we have there. More a little bit of a handbag chihuahua that we're talking about at this point. Altar's activating again. It's a 20 versus 20 now. Look at the damage output on Sylvanas, by the way. Nick showcasing once again why he's a fantastic assassin player, sitting at 96,000 damage right now. Dino, on the other hand, with 23,000. All that combustion value. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Well, actually, as I meme it, this is the first time he actually gets real value. Holy cow, perfect. Caster Curse right there. The moment I make fun of the choice is actually finally getting something done. Only took 17 minutes, but hey, that was a nice connect. Before that, Combustion didn't do anything for him, but that was a really nice setup, and it ends them a triple kill very, very quickly. Nicely done. Yeah, pretty awesome shit for them here. This is the perfect setup right now. Just look at the position. Oh my god, no, they get the kill against Galne Gulnar too. Oh god, that's 4 heroes down, and guys, just look at this. They get the bell tower, and they can either go for the double channel or even try and get the middle bell tower. Well, in this case, they just take the 10 points. That will put them down to 3. Which means that one single pumpkin setup is going to finish the game. 3 against 13. Guys, if they get the pumpkins now, they get it. And they're actually making a massive play for Nick. And he gets away. But Cockroach goes down. Rega is dead. They try to go for Leo. He's nearly down. They, of course, try and escort that camp through. And I really think they're going to be able to make this happen. No problem whatsoever. I mean, who's going to stop them? The shots are getting fired, and this is game. Meme Theme with a 2-0 lead, or the 2-0 victory against Support Supreme. GG, and well played. And once again, just towards the end of the video, quick reminder, guys, if you watched this before Friday, if you can check out Raid, which is linked in the YouTube description, it would very much be appreciated and would really help the channel. So thank you very much, hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time.